Hello guys, welcome back to a new video of Not a Side Quest. We'll take a look at 15 games that you have to play at least once in your life. We have some great titles, so stick to the end. First we have Bloodborne. This is one of my favorite games by From Software. The atmosphere of this game is really immersive. It's so dark and beautiful. Those streets are packed with unforgettable enemies, and they are all great. The tension and the feeling of finally beating a boss after 50 tries, it's all so addictive. I never get tired of it. I still believe one day we'll be able to play this game on PC. I hope it happens during my lifetime. Next, we have Uncharted 4. If you love action and great adventures, this game is for you. I mean, the graphics, the physics, everything about this game feels like a movie. Nathan Drake's final adventure is an incredibly emotional journey. The storytelling is great, and those epic moments, like who else was holding their breath during that insane car chase? Still one of my favorite games. No doubt this game deserves a 10 out of 10. Next up is Mass Effect 2. This game isn't just a game, it's an experience. Building your crew, making those tough decisions, and forming relationships with characters like Gurus and Tali felt personal. I still remember the anxiety of the suicide mission and making myself questions like, did I make the right choices? Will my crew survive? It's one of those games that stays with you forever. Now let's talk about Sekiro. If Bloodborne was difficult for me, Sekiro would slap me in the face repeatedly saying, try again, go again, and the game ends up being like a life lesson about failing and keep trying until you make it. The combat is precise but punishing, but when it clicks, everything feels so satisfying. Those sounds from every parry feel great. Beating Genichiro for the first time was one of the most satisfying moments I've ever had in gaming. Sekiro is hard, but it feels awesome when you get good at this game. Next up is The Last of Us. The tension you feel fighting the clickers, looking for supplies, and trying to survive in a world full of danger. Those moments are great, but what really gets you is the connection between Joel and Ellie. That's what makes every moment hit so hard. This is a fun game, but also an experience you'll never forget. I played Lies of P recently, but it's already earned a spot in my heart. The combat is tight, the world is beautiful, and the story has so many twists. It's like Bloodborne met Pinocchio, and the result is this dark, twisted, and incredibly polished game. This game has become my favorite Souls-like game, and it's a must-play for anyone who loves exploring dark streets and facing a good challenge. Moving on, we have The Witcher 3. This game is a masterpiece in every sense of the word. I spent hundreds of hours exploring the world and getting lost in side quests that were better than some main stories in other games. Every quest line has a big impact on the story, and the choices you make actually matter. It has one of the most beautiful open worlds ever made, and with the next-gen update, the graphics take the game to another level. The story of Geralt and Ciri is a must-play for everyone. Next up is Elden Ring. Elden Ring is nothing short of a masterpiece. From the moment you step into the lands between, you're greeted with a breathtaking open world that feels alive in every corner. Every area tells a story, and every corner of the map feels like it was designed with purpose. Exploration feels rewarding because there's always something new to discover, whether it's a powerful weapon, a mysterious NPC, or a breathtaking view. Every encounter is a test of skill, patience, and strategy. And when you finally take them down, that feeling of triumph is unmatched. It's hard, yes, but it's so rewarding. Each boss feels like a puzzle to solve, with unique attack patterns, weaknesses, and phases that keep you on your toes. It's not just a game, it's an experience, one that will keep you hooked for hundreds of hours. If you love open-world games, challenging combat, and a world that feels truly alive, Elden Ring is an absolute must-play. Ghost of Tsushima is a visual and emotional masterpiece that transports you to feudal Japan like no other game. The way the wind guides you, the way the world feels so alive, it's breathtaking. Jin's story of honor and sacrifice hit me hard. The combat is smooth and satisfying. From the moment you start, you're immediately struck by its stunning graphics. The art direction is breathtaking. Every frame feels like a painting come to life. Every character has a great personality. The story is rough and with moments that may leave you in tears. Next up is Batman: Arkham Knight. This game made me feel like the Dark Knight. The combat, the gadgets, the gliding through Gotham. It's everything a Batman fan could ask for. The city feels alive, with its neon lights, rain-soaked streets, and the constant hum of criminal activity. It's a Gotham that's both beautiful and dangerous, and it's yours to protect. Now, the Batmobile. I know some people weren't fans, but honestly, I loved it. Driving through the streets, chasing down bad guys, and even turning it into a tank to take on drones, it's a lot of fun. Overall, Arkham Knight is a game that makes you feel like Batman. This is definitely one you don't want to miss. Up next is Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a game that needs no introduction. If you're looking for a game that's rich in story, characters, and atmosphere, Red Dead Redemption 2 is a must-play. Arthur Morgan's story is one of the most compelling I've ever experienced. Every location feels unique and full of life. But one of my favorite places to explore is St. Denis at night. There's something magical about walking through those cobblestone streets, with the gas lamps glowing and the sound of distant piano music drifting through the air. Next up is Days Gone. Days Gone is one of those games that surprised me. At first, I wasn't sure about it, but once I got into it, I couldn't put it down. The characters are well written, and the emotional moments really hit hard. But what really stands out is the gameplay. Riding your bike through the post-apocalyptic Pacific Northwest is so much fun, and the hordes of freakers are terrifying. Taking on a horde is one of the most intense experiences I've had in gaming. Days Gone is a game that deserves more love. It's got a great story, solid gameplay, and a world that's both beautiful and dangerous. If you're into survival horror or open-world games, give it a shot. Next on the list is GTA 5. GTA 5 is just pure chaos, and I love it. Whether I'm causing mayhem in Los Santos or just cruising around listening to the radio, this game never gets old. The characters, the humor, the sheer amount of stuff to do, it's a sandbox like no other. Next up is Skyrim. This game is like a second home to me. I've lost count of how many times I've played it, and yet I still find new things every time. There's something magical about exploring the snowy mountains and bustling cities of Skyrim. It's a game that lets you create your own adventure, and that's why it's still so beloved. The last game on the list is Cyberpunk 2077. Cyberpunk 2077 had a rocky start, but after all the updates, it's become one of my favorites. The characters are memorable, and the choices you make actually matter. The gameplay is a lot of fun too. Whether you're hacking into systems or sneaking through missions, there's a lot of variety. Night City is stunning, and the story is so engaging. Plus, playing as V and making those tough choices, it's an experience I'll never forget. These games have given me so many unforgettable moments, and I'd love to hear about yours. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of our future adventures.